Hi everybody, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up independent demonstrator from Kansas, and we are going to make a card together live today. I am seeing, yes, that it's telling me that I am live. Well, we are going to be using the Timeless Tulips stamp set, and this is the third Thursday in April, which means it's time for a Christmas card using my featured stamp set of the month. I have to tell you, I thought I was going to have to come on here today and say, never mind, tulips are a spring flower, there's no possible way to make a Christmas card using tulips. I really thought that's what I was going to have to tell you. But I did some Googling and some research, just looking at pictures of Christmas-themed tulip bouquets, and I think I have in my head what we're going to do to make a Christmas card with the Timeless Tulips stamp set. So let me get you pointed down at my workspace and let's get started. Alright, I'm trying to see what you can see. And I'm going to try over here to see if I can watch this videoing at the same time so that we can see if I can see if there are any comments coming. I can see that Melinda likes it, but that's because I got a pop-up. I can't tell if I can see the up. If I go to videos, I can see the light. Oops. There we go. Mute it so I don't hear myself. Maybe bring my camera a little more this way so you're not seeing as much of my mess as you were. There's still a mess back there. There's a mess all over this room. That's my goal for this weekend, is to get this room all put together, put in order. Well, now you see too much of me. I don't know if I'll find a place. But here's what we are going to be doing. I have cut a piece of the real red cardstock, 11 by 4 1/4. And so when you fold it in half, that makes it 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I'm telling you, I have a mess around here. It's crazy. Here's my bone folder. We'll just crisp that up. And then we're going to set this aside and use both layers of Whisper White to do some stamping on. We have these are 4 by 5 1/4, and we have one for the inside, one for the outside. And I'm going to go ahead and do the inside layer first, just to get it out of the way. Just going to put one real red tulip. On the inside of this card. it over here in the corner. Now, you can add any sentiment you want. I will be adding Christmas sentiments if I send out this Christmas card. But until that time, I'm going to leave it blank because maybe I'll want to use it for a birthday card or something close to Christmas. Who knows? Alright, now here comes the fun part. Trying to figure out how to make a bouquet of tulips using Christmas themed. Alright, I'm just going to stamp some real red tulips directly on the card layer. And then we're going to do some fun with the Stamparatus and the Tulip Builder Punch. I'll show you the fun and easy way to get your cards stamped using the Stamparatus with the Builder Punch. Now we will be putting some white tulips with this bundle as well, and some real red, layering them on top. So you see this little mix-up, don't worry about it. We've got it taken care of. Okay. Close that just so I don't get real red ink all over everything. And then I'm coming over to grab my piece of Whisper White and just punch out a few of the flowers. I'll try to get it a little higher so I get the entire flower. That's probably good enough. Now comes the fun part. Get all my tulip pieces over here, and we're going to get these Stamparatus. And I already have a punched out part of this Stamparatus, so I will be doing at least another red tulip or two, and I'll put the parts, actually, I'll show you how we do this. Pretty exciting, and it really makes doing multiples very easy. All right, we take the tulip and we put it in the tulip cutout hole, and we grab the petal and do the same. That must not be the right petal. It's not. There are so many different shapes of petals and leaves. You can really personalize your card. But here is the one that goes with this. We'll stick it in there. And then I'm going to pick those up. Now I'm going to put my punched out tulip and petal down and ink up my stamps, but I know you can't see it. But what I'm doing after I get my petal in there, I am inking up my stamps with the real red ink. Pressing them down. And there is one set of my real red tulip and petal. And then I'm going to do it one more time. There's the tulip. It did just slide a little bit, but that's why I tried to keep it up along a line so that if that happened, I would be able to put it right back where it belongs. And there's the petal. Add a little extra ink. And there we have another flower. I'm going to put this aside for now. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera and wiggle it. I hope nobody's too motion sick from all that. I'm going to wipe off my fingers because I got quite a bit of ink on them. And then we're going to bring this card layer back over here and get started adding some of the extra tulips to add some dimension. What I have in front of me are the mini dimensionals. So that's what we're using right now. Because that's what I have. And we'll go ahead and put one on top. And then we're going to glue this petal so that I'll be glad when my new glue arrives. I put in quite an order because I don't want to be without the ability to do this while I'm at home. And then I'll be putting it on there. Then we'll be doing the same thing with some of the white tulips to add some extra color in there, a little more dimension. Somebody gets this card, there's a special piece of Clifford hair on the back of one of your tulips. Probably several of my cards have that happening. Now you could stamp the tulip with some of the craft white ink if you wanted. You could not even add white tulips to your bouquet, but I just think it's kind of fun to have a second color in there. We're just going to have a weird number of tulips, I think. Last time I checked, you don't typically get like 7 tulips in a bouquet, but I think that's what we're going to have for this. Before I put this tulip down, I was going to add a little bit of Christmas greenery from the Christmas Rose stamp set. Trying to see if there are any of those stamps of greenery that I think would work out well. I don't know. We will see. I think I'm going to use this, and we're going to be doing some masking. So, Old Olive, and this is some of the greenery from the Christmas Rose stamp set. And grabbing a white tulip that we're not using and sticking it as a mask. Should have done this part before doing any of the adding of these extra tulips. So I'm going to take this white one off because we definitely do not want to accidentally stamp it. And I'm just, I don't know what I'm going to do. That right there, like that. We'll move our masks and see what kind of greenery we're left with. Not a whole lot, but that's okay because we're going to add some more. And I happen to have an old olive watercolor pencil that I'll be able to use to add in a little extra greenery. Yeah, I would recommend adding your masking and greenery before you put any of the additional tulips on there. It's a lot easier to add it without the dimensionals to have to work around. Right. Move those. And now it's time to start adding them back in and putting the extra tulips on. Maybe I should probably go ahead and do the stems as well. I have quite the exciting mess around here. Hopefully by next week this will all be cleaned up and it'll be so much easier for me to deal with. Now I said there were 7 tulips, so we're trying to make 7 stems. And then I do have a very lovely ribbon to tie on our bouquet. That tulip kind of got a little bit out there, but that's all right. I'm going to try to ignore that and hope it doesn't happen again. Okay, now we will be adding the tulips to the front, to this bouquet. I had thought about adding a little bit of snow to the top of these tulips, but I don't know that that's gonna happen. sneaking this one up in here. And I do have an extra petal to put on it. I wonder what the red petal will look like. I don't know what I think of that. Anyone? Okay. Melinda, you're watching. Anyone else who's watching, does the white tulip look better with just a white thing or petal or a red one? I will wait a minute because it's a little bit delayed. And I will start tying the ribbon that we're going to put on the bottom of the bouquet. I am waiting. There are 2 people watching, so I am waiting for someone to give me an opinion of whether we put the red petal on the white tulip or just a white petal. Okay, this is the double stitched real red ribbon, satin ribbon, that is currently available in the mini catalog. Alright, we are just going to add the red petal. Sometimes it's more fun to make these as group projects. Okay, and then we are going to get a glue dot and put on the ribbon. Oops, sorry, making you sick again, hitting that. And there we have it all tied together. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to snip at least this side a little bit shorter. Probably both, so they don't run off the card. Okay, now we're going to put it all together. Actually, first I'm going to find my old olive pencil. These are watercolor pencils set number 1. If you are looking for ones that have both real red and old olive, and we're going to just color in some more for the leaves. Add just a little extra of the green. Trying to see. Yeah, I think we need to add some extra leaf color over here. little bit right there. Alright, there we have our Christmas bouquet. And now we're just going to put them together. Hope my glue can work long enough to get these in. Put the one with just the one red tulip on the inside. And that's why I like the Tombow. It gives me a minute to shift my paint when I don't get it laid on there straight. And then we will be putting the bouquet of petals on the front. So here we have our Christmas card using this month's featured stamp set, the Timeless Tulips. We have a nice bouquet of red and white tulips with some Christmas greenery and just a tulip on the inside. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will be back next Thursday in the Angel Stamps Live group, and we will be finishing our last card for April, and then, believe it or not, it will be May. So I will see you back next week for the 4th card in April. Bye.